Hi, I am Nontakorn. I am the medical support clinical hypnotherapist here at the Renaissance Health Center. Today, I'll be presenting about medical support clinical hypnotherapy. When all pieces of the puzzle fall into place, the mind and the body are all balanced. The result is nothing short of self awareness and understanding. So let's come and learn what medical support clinical hypnotherapy is all about. I'm an American born from Chattanooga, Tennessee, Thai. I am certified medical support clinical hypnotherapy by the International Board of Hypnotherapy, and I am also certified as a natal, intralife, and past life regression therapist. I first started out with meditation by the age of 14. However, through my meditative experience, I saw things from my past that I did not understand. And at the age of 14, it totally freaked me out. So I stopped and I just got back into this about about 6 years ago, where I returned to meditation and I kind of found my way into hypnotherapy. I learned I learned of my source of not being able to forgive myself easily. But also through hypnotherapy, I learned my purpose in life and I learned what I needed most in order to get me through the current life challenges that I still face today. Another reason that I got into hypnotherapy is because I've lived with psoriasis my entire life. I've had chronic back pain for over 17 years, accumulated fatigue from work, family, and just daily stress. So my health was actually deteriorating. And through hypnotherapy, that was how I bettered my quality of life, got over my health issues. So, from my own personal experience that I want to share with everybody is hypnotherapy is safe. It's science, it's medical, and it's something safe. It's part of our natural ability, and no matter who you are, you can achieve similar results. So, first, before we go into all of that, what is hypnosis? This is something that's been on everybody's mind. And we only know hypnosis from thanks to Hollywood and all of the fancy smanchy videos and movies that come out. But hypnosis is really a natural state of mind. Relaxing your mind to access the resources that you already have within you. And hypnosis is actually similar to meditation or when you just plop into bed and go, oh, and then you just feel your mind just wavering away. Hypnosis is not a truth serum. So I cannot extract from you something that you have kept hidden or you are aware. I cannot do that. I cannot extract the truth. I cannot force you to lose power or control. That is not what I do. I cannot force you to do something against your will or your belief or your morals, and hypnosis is not brainwashing. So, all of those are not what hypnosis is. Hypnosis is reaching a deeper calm within you so that your conscious and subconscious can actually communicate. And it's just a natural process that we go through every day. So, hypnotherapy has been around for many, many years. It's nothing new or newly invented. Um, as we can see from this slide, hypnosis was formalized back in the 1800s and probably beyond. And there were many famous, important people who were in this field. I'm just bringing up only a couple that I believe are significant. So, like James Esdale, back in 1845, he introduced pain free surgery. He was the first who brought hypnosis into surgery back during the time of the British War and without having to use medication or anesthesia. By using purely hypnosis, he was able to calm the mind of the patient and perform surgical operations on them. George Estabrooks, back in the early 1900s, he is a master of direct hypnosis. So, direct hypnosis is another form of hypnosis that was used and that are still being used today. It's when we tell you exactly what you need to know in order to go into hypnosis. Eventually, it changed because you do have resistance that does build up, and Dave Ellman in the mid 1900s, he brought in medical relaxation. So, by using fractionation, which means putting someone to trance, taking them out, putting you back in, taking you out, putting you back in, this actually helps to deepen the trance state and help gets you back down. Milton Erickson, for him, he dedicated his professional career to the advancement of the use of hypnosis in the context of medicine. So, in the context of medicine, is where he helped us to apply indirect hypnosis. So, what Milton Erickson brought into the medical field was conversational hypnosis, or what we call indirect hypnosis, where it's another tool to communicate with the unconscious mind or our subconscious mind in order to help us access all of the resources that we already have within us. Gil Boyne is another one that you might hear a lot because Gil Boyne, he worked with a lot of the famous people over in California. Sylvester Stallone was a client of Gil Boyne, and the movie Rocky was actually born and came into Hollywood because of the hypnotherapy that Stallone did receive from Gil Boyne. So he is also the originator of transformation therapy. And that is how we incorporate hypnosis and hypnotherapy into helping people heal and reach their goals a lot faster. There are a lot of fears about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. Some of them, as you can see from the screen, will be will I be scarred after I know or I see what has happened or that I have kept inside me all along? The answer is no, you will not be scarred. You have more understanding, more self awareness, and from understanding, it's what builds our resources and helps us out. Another fear that we have is, will I be mentally stuck in the past? And that too is no. When hypnosis and hypnotherapy is applied correctly, you will not be stuck in the past because this is where therapists, we all come in to help you and grow your resources while you are in that moment. One of the most common ones, especially that came out during COVID, was I was hypnotized to go to the ATM and transfer all of my money. Is that what you're going to force me to do? And the answer is no, I cannot force you. There are some protocols in hypnosis and hypnotherapy that will make you run, that I will tell you, you're going to run forward, you're going to run backward, you might want to fly. But if you don't want to do it, it's totally okay. So the answer to that is no, I cannot make you go to your ATM or withdraw a check for me on my behalf or transfer to me all of your money while you are under hypnosis. Those, I cannot do it. And it's only because when you're in hypnosis, you still have your awareness and you're in full control. So that brings me to the next point. I am afraid of losing control. And yes, that is a very common fear to everybody, is losing control. And just know that when you're in hypnosis, you are still in control of what you say, of how you act, on your posture and everything. So, and especially on your mind. You're not losing control at all. You are still very much in control. Another one that comes up is you will know things that I don't want other people to know. Well, to that one, you're going to tell me only what you want to tell me. And I can tell you from my own experience when I did a past life regression, with my therapist, I came to awareness of some things that I did not want to share. And while I was in hypnosis, I shared with her only certain things that it was okay to share. Other things I kept to myself, and it became knowledge and awareness. And it actually helped fill more pieces into the picture that I was forming and understand myself more. So you will be aware of things that you did not want to know, but you might not tell me, and it's totally okay. Another fear is I won't ever be the same person again. To that one, you won't be the same person because you would have transformed in a positive and healthy way. So there is no fear that you will be negative. Another fear would be I'm going to be haunted by all these memories all over again. No, you won't be haunted. You will have more understanding. And through hypnosis and through hypnotherapy, you actually come to peace with such memories that needed the proper closure. Another fear that comes up is strong and analytical minded people cannot be hypnotized, and hypnotherapy is not for everyone. In a way, they're not wrong. It's only if you are ready. If you are ready to transform, you are ready for your change, you are ready to hold and take ownership of your emotions, then you are ready for hypnotherapy. There will be fear, there will be resistance, but being in a controlled environment that you are safe, you know that whoever is with you, everything is confidential. Most importantly, you are not judged. These will help you to overcome the fears and the resistance that you have inside. So, until you make the unconscious conscious, it's the unconscious that directs your life. And when there's no other way out, you say, it is called fate. So, one thing to know is our mind is beautiful. Everybody, your mind is very beautiful, no matter in what way. But your mind's purpose is to protect. Eric Byrne, he's the one who says that everybody has three states of mind, and we all do. We have our child mind, we have a parent mind, and we have the adult mind. Our child mind, it doesn't mean that we're being childish. Okay, be childish is totally different, and that's not what I'm covering. A child mind is our creative mind, our spontaneous mind, the mind that says, you know what, I enjoy this. I want to go skydiving. I know it's dangerous, but it's something I want to do. It's on my bucket list. That is our child mind. It brings out our creativity of who we are, enjoying life, enjoying and having our passion. That is our child mind, and we're going to have it. Our parent mind it reflects on what we've been absorbing all through the years of the influences from our parents, our authority figures, our teachers, our bosses, our life experience. This is our adult mind, is we are able to be people to be better on what we want to be for our children and how we want to guide, how we want to go forward. And another way is to enable the responses that we have, the way that things are done. But our adult mind is what brings us to make our decisions, sands of all emotions based on logic and analytics. And hypnotherapy applies the benefits of all of these together because by healing your mind, you will also heal your body and you will see a much better quality of life as well as taking better care and that balance that you have from within. So, healing your mind, you heal your body at the same time. And that is what our mind is here to do. So with hypnotherapy, this is the Zimmerman-Sierra result model. And what it tells us is there is always an event that is a cause of what we feel and how we react. From the event that happened sometime in our life, it brings on a belief about who we are. Now, that belief, is it a true belief? Is it a false belief? It's a belief that we have within ourselves. And from our belief, it brings on our emotions. Now, going back to what I said just now, whether the belief is true or it's false, was the event positive or negative? Whatever that event brought on brings on a belief of who we are, and it brings on and it triggers an emotion within us. And if you notice, once we have that emotion and once we have that feeling, the next thing that happens is it governs how we behave. And then how we behave then governs the result. So, for example, we know that we're going to have a test coming up. We're going to be sitting for the SAT or the GRE or GMAT. And we're very nervous. We have butterflies in our stomachs. And it's because we have a belief from way back that testing is scary. I failed my test before, I might not succeed. And with that belief, it brings on our emotion of nervousness, anxiousness. And for some people, we get so frightened that we start shaking. We end up with stomach cramps, or we just can't get up the next day. The behavior, all of these emotions then leads to our behavior where we can't get up, we don't want to go to school, we don't want to go for our test. Or we do go for our test and we're very nervous while taking our test. Our palms are sweaty, our hands are shaking. The result then comes out. Either we're so nervous that we forgot what we already knew and we flunked again and we tell ourselves, see, I can't do my tests. Or our result is we passed, but we were so nervous and so anxious that we had a headache. So all of these, they all tie up together. The event leads to the belief leads to our emotion leads to govern our behavior, and our behavior then governs the results. By taking care of the event, by taking care of our belief, that is how we change. Our emotions will change. And when our emotions change, our behavior changes. And the result is the goal that we set to come and achieve through hypnotherapy. So, how do you know? How do I know when am I ready for hypnotherapy? Or how do I know if hypnotherapy is for me? If you are ready to make that change, taking ownership, letting go of the resistance and the fear in a secure environment, in a safe environment, and with somebody that you trust, then you are very welcome to come and try hypnotherapy and find that it might be for you. So, coming to something that I do want to bring up with hypnotherapy is the triune mind. Here we can see that we have consciousness. The conscious mind, right here, is our conceptual thoughts, our analytical thinking, and it's what we hear, see, smell, taste, and feel. All of these senses happen on the conscious level. However, the emotions and the feelings that come up with what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, or how we feel is all below in our subconscious level. Between the conscious and the subconscious is what you see right here. That is called the critical faculty. The critical faculty acts like a filter. So it takes on what you perceive consciously, it goes down into your subconscious database. Have I ever experienced this before? Have I heard that before? Have I felt that before? Have I seen that? Have I smelled that before? If I have, then I know that, oh, this is bad or that's good. Have I walked down a dark alley before and I feel fear? My hands are sweaty. It's because I might have been there before, I might have experienced it before, or maybe I might not, and I can feel free to walk down this dark alley. So, on the subconscious level, you will see that this is where you have positive beliefs, positive memories, negative memories, and they're all stored there. But the whole thing is at our subconscious mind, it does not distinguish between time. So our subconscious mind does not know if something that you experienced at the age of 3, today you might be 43, it's 40 years later. Subconscious mind does not know that 40 years has passed. The subconscious mind does not know between fact or fiction. Oh, what you just said, it breaks my heart. Well, the subconscious mind does not know that you're just making an expression. It knows that, oh my goodness, your heart is breaking. I have to fix it. Another thing is the subconscious mind does not know between reality or imagery. It only knows feelings and emotions. So imaginary things, it will not know. Apart from that, there is another part in our mind that is called the superconscious or our higher self. And that is where our instincts, our intuitions, knowledge, intelligence, understanding forms. So, what hypnotherapy does is it aims to relax the critical faculty that you see right here on the screen. Once you relax the critical faculty, our conscious and our subconscious, they can communicate with each other. They can create that understanding, bringing into us the higher self, our superconscious, so that we can heal and create the balance between mind and body. Now, bringing all of that into medical support clinical hypnotherapy. So, with hypnotherapy, the therapist is trained to use hypnotherapy for emotional growth, changing our negative patterns like smoking or eating disorders. It also is used for expansion of our consciousness so that we're more alert, we're more aware, we're more understanding, cultivating our self awareness, spiritual guidance, and also changing our behaviors because when we change our beliefs, our behaviors change. Now, that is on the hypnotherapy side. On the clinical hypnotherapy side, this is where certified therapists, we use the clinic, we are an adjunct to existing diagnosis or medical conditions, such as pain management. You have pain, we can help you to manage that pain, to decrease it, to alleviate it. Um, Irritable bowel syndrome is another one where hypnotherapy can come in because that one is the pure communication between your mind and your gut. So, by helping your mind and your gut to communicate better, that is how hypnotherapy can also help with IBS. The medical support, where in the world does that come in? Medical support, clinical hypnotherapy. This is where we can help you with preparing for operations. We also can help you with hypnobirthing, birthing parts, helping to support with medical hypnotherapy, hypnoanesthesia. So these are also other areas where medical support, clinical hypnotherapy does come into play. So bringing all of that together, the areas where hypnotherapy does help, and these are just a few that we do here at the Renaissance Health Center: in athletics, sports hypnosis, improving your game, getting into your game, getting your mindset there, because true, sports is a lot of physical, but in order to get there into the game, There's also the mental part. So we also help you with getting over the mistakes that you've made. Let's say you made a dunk and you missed that dunk. It's the last 3 seconds of the game. You have to shoot a 3-pointer and you missed it. It hit the rim and it bounced off. Imagine that. It was the win or lose game and the last 3 seconds and it missed. Next time you go in, you have another game going forward. You're at the last 3 seconds. You have that worry, you have that fear that, oh my God, I might miss that shot again. This is where hypnotherapy can help. You practice it in your mind, and then once that 3 seconds comes in, you can make that shot. Self advancement, self love, getting through the emotions, the confidence, your goals, your career advancement. That is also another area. Family, parenting. It's called hypnoparenting, hypnobirthing, or even with intimacy issues that causes the blockage. This is where hypnotherapy can come in. Students and teenagers, test taking, as I previously covered in a previous slide, getting through their emotions because there are so many things that our teens go in today. Health issues, smoking, weight loss, overeating, emotional shopping, all of these do come in as well. On the clinical side, preparing for operations, pain management, dealing with chronic pain, and of course, that everybody knows is emotions, hurt. Because once you're hurt, if that's not taken care of, hurt manifests into anger. Anger, if it's not taken care of, manifests into hatred. Hatred will then manifest into fear. So, taking care of these emotions and addressing them properly in a safe environment through hypnotherapy is also another way that it can help. Questions that come up is, how do I know, or how did you know that I was in hypnosis? I didn't feel it. Well, that's because you also have awareness going on. But as therapists, we were trained to look for the hypnotic flush, a hypnotic mask. Some people do have fluttery eyelids. They're in hypnosis and their eyelids start to flutter. Lacrimation, tears, catalepsy. Your arms will become stiff. You might feel numb. You might feel floaty. Eye catalepsy. You tried so hard to open your eyes, but they just won't open. Some people have swollen lips. So in hypnosis, yes, their lips do swell up. Don't worry, they do get back to normal. So you're not going to be stuck with a swollen lip once you leave my office. They do have swollen wrists and swollen ankles, and everything does return back to normal immediately as soon as you come out of hypnosis. And that's where I will guide you and help you with that. Some of my clients, their eyes were roll ups that you see the whites of their eyes. Some clients just simply lack the desire to move. My arms, I've had people tell me, my legs felt like bricks. I couldn't move them. It's like they were stuck in concrete. Well, I didn't pour concrete over here in my office, so I can tell you for sure that one is another sign of being in hypnosis. There's also the hypnotic sigh. Some people have a hypnotic rash, and yes, once you leave, the rash is no longer there. These are signs that come up during hypnosis, and it shows me how deep you are into trance. And of course, some people have salivation, and oh, there's also stomach gurgling. And I've had patients tell me, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. You hear my stomach gurgle. I said, you know what? That's totally fine. It just means that your body is just so relaxed, and it's actually great. So I do appreciate if your stomach does gurgle. The process that goes on. So here at the Renaissance Health Center, there's a 15 minutes consultation. You can do it in person. We can also do it over the phone, where I will answer any questions that you may have regarding hypnosis, hypnotherapy, clinical hypnotherapy, medical support hypnotherapy. I will answer all of your questions, your worries, whatever is on your mind. We will do that within 15, 20 minutes. So, here at the Renaissance Health Center, this is the process that we're going to be following. So, there is a 15-minute consultation and initial assessment, where this is where I answer any of your questions that you might have regarding hypnotherapy, hypnosis, going into trance, what to expect, and whether you're a candidate for hypnotherapy, and what other questions that you might have, or if your issue is suitable for hypnosis. After that, once we once you're comfortable with that one, then we will schedule for an intake. And this is where I will sit with you for about 90 minutes, probably 2 hours, and we're going to discuss your goal, the exact goal that you want to achieve, and what other information that you might have. And I will be asking a lot of questions because the more I understand and know about you, and you get to know me, the rapport is built, then you also know if you feel comfortable to proceed. After that, then we will determine your response to hypnosis, which actually means that, yes, I do put you in hypnotherapy. I do put you in hypnosis. And then that's how I gauge. And it's also a chance for you to get to know hypnosis because each therapist will be different and all of our tools are going to be different as well. So, another part in the process is we will establish the resources. Establish the resources. We're going to grow your resources. And once that is in place, then I will do a regression. Woo! And that's something that a lot of people are like, yes, I want to do regressions. So we will do regressions eventually, but we have to establish the resources first. And that will be in the next slide so that you know exactly what resources are. After the regression, you have more understanding and more knowledge. Then, if needed, that is when we will focus on the emotional growth, the changing of the patterns, and just concluding all of the transformation. But one thing that is true is the transformation actually starts from the moment that you step in. That is when you have already started your mind change. So the tools that I use are to build and grow your resources. I will help you to take ownership of your emotions. I will help you, but you're the one who's going to have to make that final decision and take that leap to take ownership of your emotions. We will be building affirmations. I am good. I am worthy. I am valuable. I am lovable. Acknowledging your feelings and your truth, where this is being done in a physical and mentally safe environment here in the office with a very lovely chair towards that side that you cannot see, but there's a very comfy chair here. I also use mindscaping when needed and ego state and many other protocols in order to build the resources that we will need to go into the most interesting part that you cannot see my finger, which is called regression. So with regression, I do various types of regressions. There's natal regression, taking you all the way back to the point of conception. Just a sperm and an egg becoming 2 cells, 4 cells, 8, 16. And yes, awareness does begin at that point. So at that point, believe it or not, you already know how mom feels. You already know her emotions. You already hear and perceive. You just can't talk. I take you through your first trimester, second, third, all the way till birth. I also do intralife regression. Intralife regression is before you came into your life today. Why did you choose the parents? How did you know that this is gonna be your mom? Why you chose her, your dad, why you chose him, your siblings. How did all of these come together? This will be revealed, known to you through an interlife regression. And then, of course, is something that a lot of people know and are familiarized with hypnosis is, wow, past life regression. So There's past life regression and there's past life regression therapy. What we do here at Renaissance Health Center is past life regression therapy, where I incorporate this one into the therapy in order to help you heal. And of course, there's also the affect bridge or completing the past regression therapy. There are various types and methods. So, depending on each person is different. I customize a game plan for you. I will go over it with you during the intake so you will know exactly how many sessions you're looking at, how long it's going to take, and what to expect. And with all of that, this wraps up my presentation for today. If there is any questions or you would like to know more, please feel free to call the Renaissance Health Center. We are located here at 3455 Cliff Shadows Parkway, Las Vegas, Nevada. And you can always feel free to contact us at 702 258 7860. So give us a call or come on in and see how the Renaissance Health Center can benefit and help to balance mind, body, and soul.